Handoff lobs for Brazil, and he slams it off. Darius, pull up three. No. Brazil. Thomas hits a three, brought the foul. Oh, my goodness. Hawks in transition. And a lob it to Billy on the other end, and he throws it down.
This is Hog Reaction. It's tournament time. And Foster Roofing. Foster Roofing has been the leading roofing company in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley for over 30 years. Whether your roof needs repaired or totally replaced, Foster Roofing will make sure you have it all covered.
The Razorbacks are going to dribble it out, and the Hogs have won this tournament for the first time in 26 years.
Hog Reaction is also presented by Walk-Ons. If you're looking for the ultimate watch party, Walk-Ons has you covered with wall-to-wall TVs, scratch-made Louisiana favorites, and a full lineup of craft beers and cocktails. Everything you need for a big game atmosphere. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
Hey, it's NCAA tournament time. If you don't think you can win, then you shouldn't be in it. Let's go to work.
This is Hog Reaction.
Time. In the past 6 seasons, Arkansas has headed to the Sweet 16. This is Hog Reaction alongside Matt Jones and Ty Richardson. I'm Zach Arns. You want to get in on the show? It's 877-377-6963. And, gentlemen, it was a little bit more difficult than I think we anticipated. 94-88 the final score. But in the end, Arkansas is headed back to the Sweet 16. And, Matt, you know, these games happen. High Point was ready for the challenge. Arkansas just a little bit better.
Oh, my goodness, guys. Good to be here with you. Woo Pig Suey, surviving advance. Yeah. Hey, if it was easy. Arizona next weekend.
Ty, you were in the building. It never felt like Arkansas was losing control of the game, but it certainly was a whole lot more uncomfortable than I think any Razorback fan in that building or around the country wanted.
Man, guys, I mean, you had the entire arena cheering for High Point, and you mentioned Rob Martin off the jump there, Matt. What a point. Darius, 66 combined points. And then Arkansas just made plays. Billy had a stretch where I think he had a block and then a steal back-to-back possessions. Darius drained that three at the top of the key to put him up 7 with about a minute to go. And guys, how about Malik Ewan knocking down those 2 free throws with about 44 seconds left? It's not always easy in March. This team found a way to win, and that's why we're playing in San Jose Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, he came up big. Braley's texted on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, 877-377-6963. Give Ewan his flowers tonight. He comes up really big for Arkansas, plays 36 minutes, grabs 12 boards, scores 14 points. Matt, he was the low post presence for Arkansas tonight.
Man, you're right on. I put players in order of how awesome they were tonight and what we needed, and 12 was the first number I wrote down. He just kept playing big. He controlled the paint when he needed to, made the right play more often than not, and then we hit shots. I mean, Malik Thomas had it going early. He's fun. Malik Thomas is so fun to watch when he has it going, and then, A-Cup steps up, kind of takes control when he has to, but yeah, Malik Ewan's number, I wrote his name down a lot tonight.
Yeah, Malik Thomas, Billy Richmond, Malik Ewan, Darius Acuff, all in double figures tonight for Arkansas, and they needed every point. It was one of those things. I was watching the game with my daughter, and she kept saying that High Point was like Rocky. They just kept coming after him, and finally at the end, you're able to get a little bit of distance. As soon as they got the 7-point lead, I felt like Arkansas finally put enough distance between them and High Point. But here they come again and cut the thing down to 4. And Ty, to me, I'm not gonna. High Point is the perfect team for the NCAA tournament because they shoot a ton of threes, and if they're hot, they look great. But in the end, they just couldn't get enough going offensively to catch Arkansas at the end.
Yeah, 38 3-point attempts for them tonight. Only made 26%. Arkansas contested a lot of those. I know they hit some really tough shots, but you got to give credit to the Razorbacks also for keep coming. Like High Point again, the Rocky. How about a Rocky reference from Kinsey? How about that?
She'd be Rocky, a big Rocky fan.
But like at times, especially when the arena is kind of against you here in Portland, Arkansas just weathered the storm, and you got to say, you can't say enough about those true freshmen. And then to Matt's point about Malik Ewan, I mean, 14 points, 3 assists, and how about 4 blocks? So I know he had a couple that didn't go in the first half, but knocked down those two big free throws. So you got to give him credit to where credit's due tonight.
Yeah, Arkansas moves to 27-8 on the year. They'll await the winner of the Utah State Arizona game. Everybody kind of assumes it's going to be Arizona, but you never know. This is why we roll the ball out there and play the game. But I think tonight was one of those gut check games. Arkansas passes with flying colors and gets their way into the Sweet 16 for the 5th time in the past 6 seasons. Remember, they had that huge drought from 95 all the way to 21. Now it's becoming kind of a regular occurrence. And Matt, I don't know how you feel about this, but right now the Sweet 16 feels like the floor for Arkansas. Ty, I think we lost Matt. I'll get him.
Oh, did we lose Matt?
Yeah,
okay.
you go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll get him.
Well, and listen, Cal talked about this earlier this week. Sometimes the teams you're expecting to play don't win. So maybe Arkansas can get lucky and see the Utah State Aggies to beat the Arizona Wildcats tomorrow. I mean, that would really help you out. Texas upset Gonzaga today. They'll be in the same sector you're in. I mean, there's so many matchups that you have to think about. Sean Miller going up against potentially his former team in Arizona. Obviously, Texas and Arkansas, if things were to keep progressing for both the Longhorns and the Razorbacks. And I think if you're Arkansas, one thing Cal wasn't asked, and I tend to think, Zach, they're going to stay. I do think they're going to stay out here on the West Coast. Yeah, I could be proven wrong.
They were talking about that on the broadcast. They're going to go to San Jose and stay there and just keep the momentum going. And it's going to be interesting to, if they do get matched up with Arizona. I think everybody kind of presumes that, but I mean, Arizona's the best team in the country. I've said that all year long, but this is good. It'll be interesting. I think High Point pushed them enough, and it kind of got their attention that you can't take anyone lightly, and you have to bring your A game every single night.
Yeah, Arizona, and the cool thing about these last 2 games is for the Razorbacks, and I know it's weird saying because they've scored 94 and 97 in 2 tournament games, but you still feel like that they could explode for even more, play a better game. This will be the first time all tournament that the expectation is for them to lose. Like, they were expected to win today. They were expected to win on Thursday. So I wonder how that mentality changes them individually. I also just wonder about if Darius can have a Herculean type of performance like we saw today, because he was just, man, he's good. He ended up 11 of 22, 50%, 36 and 6. There's just you haven't seen a lot of true freshmen have the impact that he's had here in his only season at Arkansas.
Yeah, it's really, really impressive to watch. We're going to talk about this. We'll get Matt back on the phone here in just a second. Arkansas winner tonight, 94-88. Ty is in Portland, Oregon. We'll talk about that in just a second, talk about his trip to San Jose. Ty, are you coming home, or do you get to go straight to San Jose too?
That's the plan.
Right.
The plan is to come on back here to XNA, but we gotta get some things executed. But that is the current plan, Zach.
All right, we'll talk to Ty in just a second. You are listening to Hog Reaction on ESPN Arkansas.
Joe, you would love Oregon, man. They have triple-decker weed markets here. It's pretty remarkable.
I've been there, man. I love it. You get the ocean there is totally cool. You got all these big old rocks and the waves coming in, and it stays light. Oh, I don't know, in the summer till 11 o'clock at night. I've never seen nothing like it. But anyway, we whomped their ass like they were yard dogs. Red-headed stepchild. Now, I ain't going on about whipping anybody's kids or nothing. I don't like that, no. But anyway, I don't like anybody on the West Coast. Well, I don't like a lot of people, but anyway.
All right, Joe. Well,
Are we gonna
go ahead.
Are we gonna play Arizona next?
It looks that way, yes. They've got to get through Utah State, but I would think so.
We're gonna whip them like they never even saw it coming.
All righty, Joe.
Yeah.
What are we doing tonight? Anything fun?
Well, I've already stayed up this late. I was curious to see who'd stay up this late to call in, so I made it. No, I'm gonna crash out.
All right, go crash out. Go Hogs. We'll talk to you on Monday, okay, bud?
Take care, guys.
All right, that's
Man.
Joe Navoka. Yeah, Joe's been up. He's been up late. But I don't know what he has against the West Coast. I don't think Arizona does. Arizona qualify as a West Coast team? I don't think so.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Thank you. I'm a trained journalist. I pride myself on asking questions. Here's the deal: Acuff and Malik Thomas, and I thought Billy Richmond was probably the guy that got them going early on because they were. I mean, they were struggling. Legs looked flat. I mean, they looked like they were struggling with legs there in the first couple minutes there, and High Point was kind of taking it to them. Then game kind of evens out and talent starts to take over, but Arkansas was wearing down in that first half. I mean, Cal's calling timeout with under 153 to go in the first half. I thought they started to wear down a little bit, and that does not make me thrilled when they doesn't make me very happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they got a little nervous for a second when TB went down. You were also nervous about that as well, but again, they found a way to win, and now we'll see if Arizona's the opponent or if it's Utah State. I'll have to see. 877-377-6963 is the number to call or text in. It's myself, Matt Jones, Zach Arns. We're reacting to the big-time Arkansas win in the round of 32 as you made the Sweet 16. 5 of the last 6 years, 94-88 the final here in Portland at the Moda Center. Arkansas will play in San Jose on Thursday. We do not have a time for that yet, but as Zach mentioned earlier, Chuck and Z were talking on the broadcast, they will be staying out west getting ready for this upcoming matchup against the Ag.
I was looking at just the times traditionally, and I think we got Matt back with us. I was looking at the times traditionally. It's going to be it's either going to be like 5:30 or it's going to be 5:30 local, so 7:30, or it's going to be the late game again in San Jose. So you could be looking at another 9 o'clock start, 9:15 start if the first game runs long.
Okay. I gotcha. Well, that'll be the setup for that. Matt, what do you if they do play Arizona, which I think a lot of us expect, what do you think about that matchup next Thursday?
Man, that's going to be a banger right there, huh?
It's going to be
Arizona's the number 2 ranked team in the country.
They've got their guards are really, really good, but the thing they have those Euro bigs that can get out and move a little bit. And Trevor Brazile took a shot. I don't know if you guys saw. Stretched out, Matt. I'm sure you've had that happen to you before, but once you pull a neck muscle, man, that's just something that will stick with you for a long, long time.
Yeah, Brazil hit a couple big shots for us. I thought he played well everywhere else. 8 rebounds, 4 assists. You look Billy, Malik, and Brazil all averaging 10 boards. What a group effort. You don't know who's going to step up next week, but the team, they really play for each other.
You worried at all about the depth issue? I mean, Sealy played a minute and was sort of inconsequential, but against a team like Arizona that goes 8-9 deep, I mean, that's one of those things, man, that I've said it all year long. I'm a little worried about it. They looked tired in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, we looked ready to start the game, and we had a couple moments. I think, Zach, maybe not as much the Arizona game, but just having 1 day's rest, how much effort it takes to put in to win that game, and then who we're going to play next. That game might be the game that scares me a little bit. But, yeah, I mean, if you can't get excited to go play the Arizona Wildcats, I don't even know why we're doing it.
Sweet 16. I mean, if you can't get up for that, I don't know what we're doing here. But anything surprise you tonight? They looked a little flat. And that, not that, I mean, they pulled the game out at the end, but it just looked like, it didn't look like we've seen the team that we've seen during the 6-game winning streak.
Well, you had a team that was playing their little point guard. Now I understand why their coach saying nobody wanted to play them. Why you wouldn't want to go play High Point? I mean, that's a good ball club.
Ty, you tell me. I mean, Zimmerman, he's very robust on Arkansas's chances, almost borderline annoying. But he brings up that you're 4 wins away from winning a national title. Little presumptuous with the number 1 team in the country coming in, but I mean, factual statement. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know if this is a national title team. I don't think you can do it with 7, but they're sure going to give it a shot.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I had them losing to Arizona in the Sweet 16. I hope I'm wrong, obviously. But anytime, Matt, you brought this up. I was listening to you talk about it at halftime. You have the best player on the floor Thursday night. And I know that Arizona's got some outstanding players like Bradley and Pete and just their size. And they were honorable All-American mentions. But Darius was on the first team. And Darius has looked really good in these first 2 games, looked flawless in Nashville. That's what you're hoping. And I mean, they've got to hit some more threes. If you're talking about Arkansas moving forward, they hit 9 of 16 tonight, which was impressive. I think, were 4 of 20 in the game on Thursday. But I think that's what you're riding, guys. If you feel like you're going to win, it's because of number 5, Darius Acuff.
Yeah, we're shooting the ball well. I think we got to continue to attack the paint and limit offensive rebounds. We gave High Point way too many second chance opportunities. We can run with anybody. It's it's going to be a fun one. Arizona's a great team. Arkansas is a great team, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be electric. I'm looking forward to Thursday.
Am I imagining this? But High Point didn't turn the ball over a bunch, and when Arkansas gets out and runs, that's when the points come in bunches. High Point did a really, really good job, sort of slowing the game down. I know they gave up 94 points, but slowing the pace of the game down and made Arkansas work in the half court. Arkansas's not as good in the half court as they are when they get out and they're 3-on-2 and they're just running and dunking and doing all the things that they like to do. I thought High Point did a nice job. That's the blueprint if you're going to play Arkansas. Is you can't turn the basketball over and give them easy layups.
Yeah, we did. We got stagnant there a little bit, and that's the one thing that you want to see is, hey, let's keep attacking, stay aggressive, get to the foul line. I thought it was kind of telling what they got a foul on them within 7 seconds. We hadn't even run a play to start the second half, and keep shooting more free throws. That means you're being more aggressive. And if teams are going to let us run, we can run with any of them. I thought that number 5 for a High Point kind of negated Billy Richmond a little bit, but he did the same thing. I mean, he was playing the defense like he always does, but man, that number 5 for High Point was just as athletic as anybody on our team.
Yeah, he wound
Matt,
up with
how big
30.
was it? So he was cooking Arkansas. I think he had 7 points initially in that first half. Then he picks up a second foul within 4 minutes of the game. I mean, we might be talking about something different if he doesn't pick up that second foul early in the first half.
Yeah, he was a menace. I couldn't believe it, and you almost kind of thought maybe Coach might leave him in there for a little bit, but he's a guy that, I mean, I know we got a stacked roster for next year, but look for him to, I don't know what his age is, but look for him to make a move. That's $1 million player in NIL play. Number 5, his athletic ability, Terry Anderson. If he has, well, it looks like he's a senior, but if he had any time left, man, that's a guy.
We've just crossed the midnight hour here in the Central Time Zone. What is it, 10 out there?
10 out here, man.
10 out
Listen,
there.
y'all are dogs, man. Y'all are dogs like Darius and Malik, and gutting it out here for the next hour until the 1 a.m.
We're gonna be with you for about another hour or so. Matt, I'm assuming you're resting comfortably inside your compound. Ty is out at the Moda Center out in Portland, and I'm stuck here in Central Springdale. We will be right back. This is Hog Reaction on ESPN Arkansas.
Listening to Hog Reaction. Our exclusive coverage is brought to you by Foster Roofing. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons.
Great, let's go get the championship.
Are you looking for the ultimate hangout in Northwest Arkansas? Head to Birdie and Brews, where fun meets the fairway. Catch the Hogs on our big screen TVs, grab a drink from our self-serve tap wall, and challenge your friends in over 35 sports and games with our full swing simulators. From football to zombie dodgeball, and yes, play the most famous golf courses in the world. Whether you're a scratch golfer or just in it for the laughs, Birdie and Brews is the place to be. Reserve your bay now at birdieandbrews.com, or you can call 479-439-0848. Birdie and Brews. Drive, putt, sip, repeat.
Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorbacks. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know: McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mengarelli are the real deal, two of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eyes. And now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye, and you will be too.
Receipts everywhere, invoices stacked up on the desk, and the taxes. Keeping your books does not have to be this frustrating. Bookkeeper Plus in Rogers brings you the control and precision to your bookkeeping that you bring to the job site. Call them today at 479-354-5552. Serving Rogers and all of Northwest Arkansas. Bookkeeper Plus, turning bookkeeping chaos into business control. Spring is here, and it's the perfect time to upgrade your home. If your garage door needs repair or you're ready for a new look, call Precision Garage Door. From broken springs and openers to brand new doors, they provide expert service and professional installation. Fully licensed and insured, with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers, and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call 844-PDS-DOOR or visit PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Precision Garage Door, voted the best in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. On the road to the game or anywhere life takes you, accidents don't take a timeout. From fender benders to hail damage, you need a repair team you can trust. Courtney Hollingsworth Auto Body has been family owned for over 40 years and proudly holds an iCar Gold Class certification, ranking them in the top 15% of collision repair shops nationwide. From dents and dings to hail damage repair, their expert technicians will have your car looking like new. Schedule your estimate today. Go to CourtneyHollingsworth.com. Jersey Mike's, locally owned and operated in Rogers, Bentonville, Fayetteville, and Springdale, believes in the value of ingredients, premium meats, the freshest vegetables, and delectable bread baked throughout the day. And then there's the juice that elevates your sandwich to the highest level. You'll taste the difference in every bite. Jersey Mike's subs are perfect for catering the office or your next tailgate party. Their cookie and brownie trays are the perfect finale to any type of gathering. Fresh baked daily, right there in the store. Jersey Mike's, the best submarine sandwich on the planet, always.
Driveway Service. Professional technicians, fully synthetic oil for only $74.99. This March, don't sit on the bench with your car care. Take back your time with Oil Ninja Mobile Service. Call 877-OIL-NINJ. Book now at www.oil.ninja or call 877-OIL-NINJ. Take back your time. Go Oil Ninja.
Kitchen demo, bathroom redo, pipe removal. This project list looks worse than my basketball bracket.
At least your bracket is supposed to be fun.
Not when the plumbing is an underdog.
Why are you even stressing? Just call Paramount Plumbing. We've used them for years for the little odds and ends, but they handle the big stuff too.
So they can actually fix this mess?
Yep, around Northwest Arkansas, they're basically the #1 seed when it comes to plumbing.
Give Paramount Plumbing a call, 479-790-8427. Proudly rooted in Northwest Arkansas. Neighbors helping neighbors since 2012.
Acuff to Thomas, open three from the corner, and it's good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Foster Roofing. ESPN Arkansas and HitThatLine.com are bringing you all the madness this March straight from the source. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
The block that comes to double. Darius lobs it for Richmond, and Billy throws it down.
No, we're not done yet. We still got more to go.
This is Hog Reaction.
94-88, the final score. Arkansas moving on to the Sweet 16. Another SEC team moved on to the Sweet 16 today, and that was Texas. I don't know how either of you had Texas in your bracket, but that's a team that seems to be rounding into form. The SEC did lose 2 teams today. 4 more teams will play tomorrow, but Texas may be the can the University of Texas wear a Cinderella slipper?
Man, that number 8's $1 million player, that's for sure. They're big, they got, and then I'm always pulling for Tremont Mark, man. I don't know. I don't care what team you go for, but when you play for the Hogs and win some games for them and be a player like that, man, I'm always pulling for number 12.
Ty? I thought Vanderbilt got screwed at the end of that one. I don't know, just not a big believer in Nebraska. I thought Vanderbilt kind of got jobbed there. And then,
man, Tanner, guys, that Tanner shot, and I know people are making a lot about the overinflated basketballs. That was closer than Gordon Hayward's shot in 2010 in the national championship game. I don't know how that shot didn't go in, but yeah, that was a tough game. I felt for Vanderbilt, guys. Maybe this is not the way to approach things. I kind of want Texas to keep winning.
Whoa.
Here's my logic.
Step in.
Here's my logic before the text line, before the Lewis Automotive Group hotline blows up. Just the idea, if Arkansas is able to get by Arizona, playing Texas in the Elite Eight to go to the Final Four. Now, obviously, I'd love it to be in Houston. That would just be nuts to have both those schools playing in the Elite Eight, but Arkansas's out west. That's my reasoning. It might be flawed. Can they beat Purdue? I don't know, but that's kind of where my head's at.
Matt, is it ever acceptable to root for Texas? I say no. That's just me.
I root for Tremont Mark. That's for sure. I do like our matchup against Texas. I would like to play Texas anytime, anywhere with this team and that team. So that's for sure. I think you beat Arizona. Who's better than Arizona? Nobody on this. Not until you get to Michigan or until you get to the championship game. So I think pretty much. I mean, that's your national championship game. You win that game, you can beat anybody.
Houston has looked great in their first 2 games. Michigan State has looked great in their first 2 games. Michigan's looked great in their first 2. Some of the teams starting to separate a little bit. I'm not sure about Duke. They struggled a little bit today, but the ones keep advancing, and that's all you got to do is just it's survive and advance. Illinois looked good today. So this first weekend of the tournament, everything resets next week. But I don't find any. There is no understandable situation in which you root for Texas ever.
Controversial take. I'm just telling you what I think.
Okay.
I guess it would have been 90, right, when Todd Day, Lee Mayberry, and the Big O, the late Big O, beat him in Elite Eight on the way to the Final Four. If our memory helping or serves me correct, you might not correct me on that, Zach. But yeah, that's just where my head's at. You got to beat Arizona first.
Yeah, I think you better have your sights squarely on Arizona. That team's really, really good.
I mean, Florida mauled their opponent the other night. Michigan, while St. Louis was in it for a bit, they just took over that game. It's been who's the other? Who am I blanking on the other 1 seed? Michigan, Florida, Arizona.
Duke has looked fugazi though.
Yeah, they do. They do.
The Siena game and they gave TCU gave them a little run for their money today, and then they pulled away. I think
Duke just looks a little slow. I don't know about you guys. I mean, they got a couple wings that are athletic, but they don't even look as fast as High Point was playing
They're
today.
Boozer or bust. If Boozer's on, then they're okay. But if he's having any sort of trouble, and he picked up a couple of fouls real quick today, if he picks up any sort of foul trouble or is just a little bit off, they don't have a secondary scorer that can keep them in games.
Does Pringle give us 5 minutes a half against Arizona, or is he done?
Going to have to. They've got 3 7-footers. He has to.
Yeah. I think to me, and I could be wrong, I think if he absolutely had to, he might have played today. I mean, he still lists as questionable back-to-back games, but I think they were trying every way possible to not limp through, but get by these 2 games. Maybe it's just my positive view on this, but I think he's going to play next week because I'm like you, Zach. I don't see a scenario where they can beat Arizona without Nick Pringle.
No. He has
to give
him something.
if Arkansas was to somehow miraculously upset the Wildcats next week, it would really be a full circle moment for that kid who has not had his best season in college basketball, has underperformed based on the expectations that were kind of on him entering this season. But for him to be to come back and potentially play a role in a pivotal part in a pivotal Sweet 16 game next week would be pretty cool in my opinion.
He's going to have to give them something because Brazil and Ewan are not enough to beat that front court by themselves. And you can get hot and you can do you can have one of those moments, but if we're really honestly looking at this, he's got to give you something. He has to play and he has to contribute because all 5 guys on the floor for Arizona are a threat. And that's the thing Arkansas hasn't seen in a while is when they put 5 guys on the floor, all 5 of them can go for 20, and that's and he's going to have to because if he's not there, they're just going to drop it down low and they're going to bang you, and then they'll kick it out for threes. I think Arkansas's got a good shot, but boy, they better control the pace with Arizona because Arizona can run you out of the gym. Matt, you've seen them a bunch. I mean, I watched the game when they lost to Kansas, and they dang near came back. Kansas had like a 20-point lead. Dang near come back and get them. Arizona, to me, is the most talented team in the country, and they played really well on Friday. I expect them to play really well tomorrow.
Yeah, as soon as I saw Duke play, I wanted to redo my bracket and have Arizona winning the whole thing. But yeah, I'm nervous. That's the game. I like I said, that could be for the same price for the national championship game. Could be a game like Arkansas Arizona. You win that game. Then you get 1 day's rest, and it might behoove us to play a Purdue or a Texas because those are going to be slower teams. We'll be a little tired, and you just get it down to a one-possession game with 3 minutes to go. Don't we all trust Acuff? I mean, he's going to make the right move, make the right play, and give yourself a chance.
All right, I'm looking at tomorrow's schedule, and just give me a quick yes or no, both of you, on whether we'll run through the league real quick. 2 teams have advanced to the Sweet 16. Can Kentucky beat Iowa State?
100%, because they don't have what's his face, who's the Iowa State player that went down to. Sounds like he's going to be out.
Oh, he's hurt. They lost their best player.
Mm-hmm. And I'm forgetting his name. Matt, Zach, you might have to help me on it. But yeah, he's
Jefferson.
Yeah, Jefferson.
I'm looking at their homepage. He's unlikely to play tomorrow.
Yeah, so I mean, if they don't have him, and I know that they just skated by. I'm talking about Kentucky in their last game against Santa Clara. But if they don't have Joshua Jefferson, I think Kentucky can pull that out tomorrow. And I mean, Otega Owe is a shot away from Mark Pope potentially getting fired.
That's
and
true.
Now we're talking now about going to the Sweet 16 potentially. It's college basketball in this time of year is just nuts.
Tennessee take care of Virginia. I have Tennessee making a run. I think they're set up perfectly to get to the Elite Eight, and that's where the season ends for them. But I think they're in a really, really good spot.
Man, Tennessee's going to be a little more athletic than Virginia. Virginia's style of basketball, I don't know. I'll take Tennessee over the Cavs.
I got Tennessee winning that game too, guys. I think
Florida,
it's a good upset pick.
Florida blows out Iowa. We all agree on that one.
Chucking corn.
Okay, and then this one, I think when I initially filled out my bracket, Nate Holloway hadn't had his issues. I had Alabama making a Final Four run. Now I'm not so sure. They get Texas Tech tomorrow. They'll be without Toppin. This just feels like one of those games Alabama should be able to just sort of power through, but I don't think it's going to be pretty.
What a weird game. Alabama without their second best player and Texas Tech without their first best player. So it's I don't think either one of those teams can cut down the net, so to speak. Even if they get hot or get lucky, I don't think they have enough. But whoever wins this game, I think that'll be their last one. They'll lose the next round.
I don't want to hear that, Matt, because that would really break up my bracket. I was on I don't know if y'all have been watching the Hit That Line bracket, but guess who's in first? I picked 23 in a row correctly before Gonzaga got beat, so I have ascended to the top of the rankings again, and I expect a big day tomorrow as well. So
let me pull up. I haven't. I'm going to be honest. I haven't even looked I'm going to pull this sucker up.
Yeah, I think Tommy's got me by 1 with the Arkansas advance because I had them going out in the round of 32. But I'll get him back tomorrow because I think we differ on 3.
Ruskin is dead last.
Yes, he is. Yes,
Matt Jones, you're in 4th, and Tommy's on top. Zach, you got 2 more points than Matt. I'm at 60. I've had a dreadful 3 days thus far,
It's been a tough day. We have got a ton of questions for Ty on the text line, which we will get to. Yeah, nobody's really interested in the game, Ty. They're more interested in your social life, so we'll do that. We got some questions for Matt as well. If you want to text the show, it's 877-377-6963. You are listening to Hog Reaction on ESPN Arkansas.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Our exclusive coverage is brought to you by Foster Roofing. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons.
Great, let's go get the championship.
Fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt. We're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, your headquarters for all things Razorback.
From clothing items like Nike, Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many more,
to a wide range of home, office, and fan cave decorations.
We even have furniture, a pool table, stuff for the yard, garden, and too much other stuff to mention.
So no matter if you're headed to the game or watching from your living room, stop by the Stadium Shop at 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville. That's 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville.
Or call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486.
Or stop by the Interweb store at shoponrazorback.com.
Whoa, that's a first, Dad. You actually got it right. How'd you do that?
Well, I use that Googleator thing.
And we're back.
Anyway, that was shoponrazorback.com.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, and I have a plaque to prove it.
Folks, it just does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorback. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know: McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mengarelli are the real deal, 2 of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eyes. And now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye, and you will be too.
Save some green this spring at Rath Mitsubishi. We've been hard at work getting ready for warmer weather, and we put our best roster of new and pre-owned cars on the ground, priced to move. Get rates as low as 0% for 72 months on select new Mitsubishis, or save thousands off retail on road-ready certified pre-owned, all makes and models, backed by a comprehensive warranty. With our non-commissioned sales team, painless pricing playbook, and the nation's top lenders, we've got the deepest bench around, ready to take all the hassle out of getting your next ride. Venture off the beaten path at Rath Mitsubishi. Don Tyson and 71B, Springdale.
Receipts everywhere, invoices stacked up on the desk, and the taxes. Keeping your books does not have to be this frustrating. Bookkeeper Plus in Rogers brings you the control and precision to your bookkeeping that you bring to the job site. Call them today at 479-354-5552. Serving Rogers and all of Northwest Arkansas. Bookkeeper Plus, turning bookkeeping chaos into business control. On the road to the game or anywhere life takes you, accidents don't take a timeout. From fender benders to hail damage, you need a repair team you can trust. Courtney Hollingsworth Auto Body has been family owned for over 40 years and proudly holds an iCar Gold Class certification, ranking them in the top 15% of collision repair shops nationwide. From dents and dings to hail damage repair, their expert technicians will have your car looking like new. Schedule your estimate today. Go to CourtneyHollingsworth.com. Don't miss the NWA Golf Show, April 11th from 10 to 4 at the Northwest Arkansas Convention Center in Springdale. Catch Fairway Chat live from the stage with PGA coaches and golf insiders sharing their tips and stories from the game. Hang out at the ESPN Arkansas Fan Zone and 19th Hole Lounge and watch the Masters. Connect with friends and meet fellow golfers. Explore the latest gear, demos, and exhibitors from across Northwest Arkansas and test your skills in the putting contest for a chance to win prizes. Tickets are on sale now at NWAGolfShow.com. The NWA Golf Show, April 11th at the Northwest Arkansas Convention Center in Springdale.
Hi, this is Mike Threlka with Cedarview IT Solutions in Northwest Arkansas. I've been in the IT business for 25 years. I can help you with servers, networking, workstations, Wi-Fi, custom databases, and more. I can save you money over your current IT provider. For examples and other information, please visit my website at cedarviewit.com. That's cedarviewit.com, or you can call me at 479-601-2606. Cedarview IT Solutions. Your problems whimper at my solutions.
I have people skills.
Dog Party USA has been voted the best boarding and daycare facility since 2007. Located in the heart of Northwest Arkansas, This woman, veteran, and locally owned business has everything your pup needs to have a great time. With 5 acres, indoor and outdoor play areas, an agility yard, and a swimming pool, there's something fun for every size dog. Trained pet care technicians supervise play groups 7 days a week, equipped with the latest air purification technology and cleaning protocols to keep your dog safe. Visit the website at dogpartyusa.com for more information.
Guys, we've all felt it. Mood swings, fatigue, loss of motivation, muscle loss, maybe even the loss of appetite in the kitchen and the bedroom. You may be suffering from low testosterone. Game Day Men's Health in Bentonville, just north of Rainbow Curve at 2905 South Walton Boulevard, has the answer. Get tested free, yes free, and receive your lab results on the spot. We treat low T, weight loss, peptide therapy, and ED. Visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com or call 479-533-0933.
Acuff to Thomas, open 3 from the corner, and it's good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Foster Roofing. ESPN Arkansas and HitThatLine.com are bringing you all the madness this March straight from the source. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
The block and comes to doubles. Darius lobs it for Richmond, and Billy throws it down.
No, we're not done yet. We still got more to go.
This is Hog Reaction.
Arkansas moves on, 94-88 over 13th seeded High Point. Zach Arns alongside Matt Jones, Ty Richardson, and Matt. Rick from Calico Rock says that High Point will be the toughest game that Arkansas plays in the NCAA tournament, and that includes Arizona. Matt, is it time for Rick to go to bed?
Man, I hope he's right. That would be so cool, man. Hey, go get your ring size. Go get fitted.
If that's the toughest game you face, I don't know why we're doing this. Arizona's really, really good. A High Point gave you everything you wanted, and as they should. And they had nothing to lose. I thought their offense was a little gimmicky at times, throwing up threes from everywhere. Boy, they took a lot of quick threes. I hate the quick three just because I don't think you get a chance to get guys underneath the basket. But I think our Arizona would be a far tougher. Utah State will be a tougher matchup than High Point.
Yeah, High Point. What do you think? They would have finished about 9th place in the SEC this year. Like they 7th.
I mean, they would have been 10 or lower for sure.
They'd have been right around Auburn-ish, like Georgia-ish.
Yeah, that's probably. I mean, Georgia was what, Ty? They were an 8 seed. I think they would have been down around South Carolina. I mean, I don't know. They just weren't deep enough, and the offense just, man. How many times did they get it to like within 2? They get the ball, they come down, they just launch a 3, and it's like, man. I mean, if you took your time there, maybe things are a little bit different, but. The bygones are bygones, and Arkansas gets to move on. Ty, we're getting a ton of texts about your social life tonight. What do you have on the agenda tonight?
Ooh, that's a good question. So the debate, we passed this place called Mary's, guys, which is a gentleman's club, and they've been serving the Portland community for 71 years. They do it 365 days a year here in Portland.
Ty, no, don't do it. Don't do it. You're not ready for that.
Mary, we work hard to make sure everyone at Mary's Club feels welcome and leaves happy. Couple, bachelorette parties, birthday, divorces, and more. No, I'm not going to end up there. But there was a cool bar we went to last night called Cuties. Could wind up back there. I'm debating, guys, so my flight is 5 a.m., so I'm debating going.
Who scheduled that?
Well, here's my thought. So originally it was going to be at 8:30, and then I moved it back because I saved us $80 as a station. And then I'm like, well, I'm just going to get on standby because TSA's having issues all over the place. And so my thought is maybe I can beat TSA issues by getting on the first flight out. I don't know if that philosophy is going to work, but that's at least what's in my head as of now.
Matt, 5 a.m. flights should be banned. Are you with me on this?
I'm with you, and Ty, stay away from the lot lizards.
Yeah, buddy, can't do that. The diesel dolls are not for you, buddy.
Oh man,
that is they're playing a different game than you are. I'll just leave it at that. And that's it.
No, elaborate. I want to elaborate.
Look, I worked in the transportation industry for a few years, and I've had some drivers get distracted. It's a different world, and and you're just not. That's not a world you're well to, or you're good to be equipped in. It's just not for you.
We did have this dynamite Cajun place today called Jake's Crawfish, and man, they had big old portion. The food scene in Portland's been been pretty great. This first time going here, obviously, but Matt, we also played. I got a chance to play this really nice golf club on Wednesday. It was as green a golf club as I think I've ever seen. It was majestic.
How many birdies you have, man? That's cool.
Man, Matt, you're the birdie guy. I did not have one. I had 3 pars, which I was happy with, but I still shot like over 100.
You took your clubs?
I did. Yeah, I'm bringing them next week too.
Oh my goodness!
You got to remember the time out here is earlier, so we can get our stuff done earlier. Like do the show with you, and then drive out, play 18, and then wake up, do it again.
Must be nice. 94-88 final score. Now, are you going to play when you get out to San Jose?
Oh, 100%. I've already scouted the clubs, man. I've scouted the clubs, the bars, the food. Only thing I haven't scouted is Arizona.
It's Arizona.
Yeah. Rick from Calico Rock is clearly drinking. He says he'd rather play Arizona than High Point. Well, you may get your wish, Rick. I wish you well on that one. I've watched them a bunch because I'm big, watch a lot of Big 12 games. Arizona's for real. They've taken care of Houston. That is they've blown out Kansas twice. It's that team is going to be really, really good. Now they got to get past Utah State, who has a kid from Bentonville West on their roster, Tucker Anderson. It's going to be interesting tomorrow. Today was one of the first days, Matt. I don't know what your schedule is today, but today is one of the first days, probably in the last year, where I've sat on my couch and done nothing but watch sports. I had nothing to do today. It was not a bad experience today. I enjoyed the view from my couch.
Oh, I watched the Duke game. I watched the Houston A&M game. I watched a little bit of Illinois. This is the most basketball I've watched all year was today. Same.
Yeah, I don't know why today worked out well, but I sat on my couch and watched a lot of basketball. If you want to get in on this, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say Nebraska. I think I agree. Nebraska is just not athletic at all. You just wonder about them going forward. That's the type of team you want to play. I mean, I think Nebraska's a poser, and then Duke scares me so much. I mean, Michigan State, how gritty they are. I think Michigan State, they might be primed to make a Final Four.
Nebraska reminds me, and Matt, you played AAU ball. You know this. They're the team that walks in, and every single player's 6'1". They run a system, and by the middle of the second quarter, you're down 10, and you can't figure out how because they're not impressive in any way, shape, or form. They just knock down shots.
Yeah, I agree with you.
If you want to get in on this, it's 877-377-6963. It is 12:30 here in the Central Standard Time Zone. Ty, 10:30 your time?
10:30 my time, boss.
I love that. 5 a.m. Flight for time. What time do you have to get to the airport?
I mean, I'm going to get there. I'm debating if I'm even going to go to sleep at 9. I might just, Uber the airport and maybe take a nap there. You're only supposed to be able to get to the airport, I think, 4 hours before your flight. So once it turns 12 o'clock here, I'll see if I can get on a standby to that 5 a.m. And if that's the case, I'll probably just Uber the airport and probably doze off in the gate.
The life of Ty Richardson. Arkansas wins tonight, 94-88. We'll continue to talk about it. If you want to get in, it's 877-377-6963. This is Hog Reaction on ESPN Arkansas.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Our exclusive coverage is brought to you by Foster Roofing. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons.
Great, let's go get the championship.
Walk-Ons is always a win, especially during tournament time. Whether it's a watch party with friends, a post-game celebration, or an easy night out, Walk-Ons has you covered. Enjoy scratch-made dishes, over 60 TVs at each location, and a full lineup of craft beers and cocktails. From po' boys and gumbo to voodoo shrimp, burgers, and fresh salads, there's something for everyone. Catch every game at Walk-Ons, your basketball headquarters this tournament season. Visit locations in Rogers, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Conway, or Little Rock. Order online or in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
In this part of the country, it's a way of life. You're going about your day without a cloud in the sky. Then suddenly, you find yourself wondering how solid your home really is. With over 30 years of certified experience, let our team give you the same assurance on a stormy night that you feel on a clear afternoon. Before the downpour, before the leaks, call Foster Roofing, serving Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley since 1994.
Your child falls at practice. You wake up with sudden back pain. Now what? Ozark Orthopedics is here when you need them the most. Visit one of their orthopedic urgent cares Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. for fast, specialized care. Or use the free Hurt app anytime, day or night, to get injury advice from an orthopedic specialist. Ozark Orthopedics delivers expert advice in minutes without the wait and expense of an unnecessary ER visit. Download the free Hurt app today or visit ozark-ortho.com.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson with the Morning Rush, here with my buddy Mike Thorelkeld. And Mike, you've been doing IT solutions for 25 years.
Anything to do with IT, I can help you with servers, networking, workstations, Wi-Fi, custom databases, anything you need. I can save you money over your current IT provider. Just give me a try.
How do people get in touch with you, Mike?
You can visit my website, cedarviewit.com. That's cedarviewit.com. Or you can call me at 479-601-2606. Your problems whimper at my solutions.
I have people skills.
Northwest Arkansas, the basketball madness is here. And Parlay on 8th is the spot to be part of the madness. With wall-to-wall screens, shuffleboard, pool, elevated food, and cocktails, you and your crew will have everything they need. So Parlay is calling the Hogs and every basketball fan to join the game time energy here at Parlay. No matter who you ride with, Parlay is the place to be. Located at 8th Street Market in Bentonville, Parlay on 8th. Bentonville's home for the madness.
Bad things happen to good people. I'm Ray Schlegel with the Schlegel Law Firm. With over 20 years of legal experience as a trial attorney specializing in personal injury, criminal, and family cases, I've recovered over $100 million in compensation for my injured and disabled clients, handled serious criminal charges, and repeatedly resolved divorce matters to my client's satisfaction. My staff and I are here in your corner to fight for you and see that better days are ahead. If you've had a bad day, call Ray. For a free consultation, reach us online at baddaycallray.com.
Save some green this spring at Rath Mitsubishi. We've been hard at work getting ready for warmer weather, and we put our best roster of new and pre-owned cars on the ground, priced to move. Get rates as low as 0% for 72 months on select new Mitsubishis, or save thousands off retail on road-ready certified pre-owned, all makes and models, backed by a comprehensive warranty. With our non-commissioned sales team, painless pricing playbook, and the nation's top lenders, we've got the deepest bench around, ready to take all the hassle out of getting your next ride. Venture off the beaten path at Rath Mitsubishi. Don Tyson and 71B, Springdale.
Jersey Mike's, locally owned and operated in Rogers, Bentonville, Fayetteville, and Springdale, believes in the value of ingredients, premium meats, the freshest vegetables, and delectable bread baked throughout the day. And then there's the juice that elevates your sandwich to the highest level. You'll taste the difference in every bite. Jersey Mike's subs are perfect for catering the office or your next tailgate party. Their cookie and brownie trays are the perfect finale to any type of gathering. Fresh baked daily, right there in the store. Jersey Mike's, the best submarine sandwich on the planet, always.
Kitchen demo, bathroom redo, pipe removal. This project list looks worse than my basketball bracket.
At least your bracket is supposed to be fun.
Not when the plumbing is an underdog.
Why are you even stressing? Just call Paramount Plumbing. We've used them for years for the little odds and ends, but they handle the big stuff too.
So they can actually fix this mess?
Yep, around Northwest Arkansas, they're basically the #1 seed when it comes to plumbing.
Give Paramount Plumbing a call, 479-790-8427. Proudly rooted in Northwest Arkansas. Neighbors helping neighbors since 2012.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshield, and slick road quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance.
479
479
521
521
4220.
Show you.
Take up to Thomas. Open three from the corner, and it's good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Foster Roofing. ESPN Arkansas and HitThatLine.com are bringing you all the madness this March straight from the source. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
The block and comes to double. Darius lobs it for Richmond, and Billy throws it down.
No, we're not done yet. We still got more to go.
This is Hog Reaction.
Arkansas, a 94-88 winner tonight, moving to the Sweet 16 for the 5th time in the past 6 years. Alongside Matt Jones and Ty Richardson, I'm Zach Arns. 877-377-6963 is the phone number. I have a question for you, Matt. I was just reading on ESPN.com about some of the former NFL vets playing flag football. You have any interest in that?
Oh man, I'm too old for all that stuff. I golfed my first round Zach, on Friday of the new year, I had 6 bogeys, 2 pars, and one double in 9 holes. So, but it was fun. I made it this far without tearing an ACL. I think I'll just keep on living this good life.
I was reading the roster of players. I mean, Gronk's playing, Brady's playing, Stephon Diggs, Ashton Genty, Saquon was out there. This is a long list of players. I just figuring hey, if they're paying, maybe get yourself out there just a little bit. You got one play left in you, don't you?
If I'm Saquon Barkley's agent or team, there's no way that dude's out there playing flag football.
No, not a chance. That you do not need somebody Who's the running back from Georgia that got hurt? Was it Robert Edwards during the Pro Bowl?
Was it Todd Gurley or no?
I thought it was Robert Edwards. It was late 90s, early 2000s. Robert Edwards. I think.
Garrison Hurst.
Oh, boy, he was really, really good.
He was good, yeah.
So I didn't mean to get everybody sidetracked. I was looking at some of the highlights there. Brady was dropping dimes playing flag football. That seems weird, but it is what it is. Early game tomorrow is Purdue and Miami. That's at 11:10 a.m. The tip on that one. Then the game right after that. Ty, I was doing some reading on Joshua Jefferson. Otzenberger didn't say he's not closing the door. Said he's doing what's best for him, but Jefferson may roll out there against Kentucky.
Well, if he does, that's a different ball game depending on how hampered he is. But they got if I was a Kentucky fan, I like that draw. Seeing Iowa State, traditionally a team that chokes in the NCAA tournament. I know they've been really good this year, especially in a tough Big 12. But after Kentucky survived that game earlier this week, you got to feel like you got a chance, especially with the Cyclones' best player, at the very least, not fully healthy for this basketball game.
I'm going to ask both of you the same question. I'm going to ask you who's going to make a deeper run. I'm going to pull some teams that are teams that I like that are kind of off the radar. St. John's, can they make a run to these, the Elite Eight? Can they get to the Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight? They've got Kansas tomorrow.
Yes, they can. St. John's can get past Kansas. That Kansas is their star player going to feel like playing? What's he feeling like? I think St. John's is more of a team. I give St. John's a chance for sure.
Did you guys watch? That's a great point, Matt. Did you guys watch? You know how these interviews happen after games? Like Darius gets mobbed after these games. He's getting talked to by Jared Greenberg. He's got his whole team wrapped around him, hugging him. Peterson's interview the other night, his team was behind him and not hugging him, not after. They were almost separated. There's that iconic picture from earlier this season, and I'm forgetting which one. The 4 of the guys are huddled up on the floor, and Peterson's lollygagging back. I would take St. John's in this one, even though there's
too.
More talent in with Kansas. That team aspect's a bigger deal than you think.
It is. I mean, locker room at this time of year, it's a really, really big deal. And I watch a lot of Kansas basketball, and they function better without him. I don't know if you guys watched they played Cal Baptist in the first round. By the way, the Cal Baptist women also made the women's tournament. That's I'd never heard of the school, and they got both their men's and women's team in. But I mean, he couldn't shoot, he couldn't do anything, and they sort of muscled their way through Cal Baptist, and now they get a St. John's team that won the Big East tournament, is white hot right now. And, I mean, they won the first game, I think, by 31 or something like that. I think they're going to blow Kansas out, to be honest. All right, now tell me about UCLA. They got UConn tomorrow. One of the hotter teams in the country. Made a run in the Big Ten tournament. Can they get past UConn and make that run?
I don't. I think it stops here. I actually had UCLA losing in round 1. So it's I got the Fighting Dan Hurley's.
Yeah, I'll take UConn. Imagine being the referee in that game with Mick Cronin and Dan Hurley. I mean, just the verbal abuse that you would take for 40 minutes from those two.
Put your earplugs in, man. That's going to be 40 minutes.
Yeah, it'd be like going to a concert. Put your earplugs in.
Now, what about Purdue? Is this the year that Matt Painter finally, without Zach Edey, can get past the second round? This is a team that traditionally, like Wisconsin, fades when they get to the postseason.
Are they athletic enough?
No.
Do you think they have the skill? That's the thing that scares me at Duke. And I know you talk Big Ten basketball, and it's like you go, well, you have one athlete in your starting 5, and it's like, well, that's not good enough. when I watch Duke play, it worries me. I was going to ask you guys, out of the 4 number 1 seeds, which one do you think is playing the best, and then which one do you not think is playing the best?
Duke's not playing the best. The other 3 are probably tied for first. The other 3 have played really, really well.
I mean, Arizona dominated the other night. Michigan looked really good in that second half against St. Louis. Florida abused that lesser opponent by like 50-something.
Yeah, they hammered
60-something. So, yeah, I think Duke is clearly that team that has not looked good through the first 2 games. And the other 3 have looked like every bit number 1 seeds. But you never know. Like, again, this Arizona game in the round of 32 hasn't happened. Never been a bigger Utah State Aggie fan than I am heading into this game tomorrow, guys.
And you know what? They're tricky. They're not small, and they can shoot it a little bit. And Matt, you get hot in the tournament, you start feeling it. All of a sudden, the ball's going in. It's what High Point did to Wisconsin. Ball starts going in. You're playing with uber confidence. You can go get the number 1 team in the country. And if they did, boy, I mean, the bracket, everybody's bracket gets busted. The whole thing gets turned upside down, and we start again in the round of 16. Then you really like Arkansas's path to the Final Four.
Ooh, man, success is contagious. That's exactly right. I still give Utah State about a 2.3% chance to win. We can't deprive America from this Arizona Arkansas matchup. I mean, how is everybody going to else know that the AZ stands for Arizona and AK doesn't stand for Arkansas? We got to learn the initials. We got to teach America next Thursday.
My freshman year of college, Arkansas, Nolan scheduled home and home with Arizona. We had Arizona at home my freshman year, and they beat them in Barnhill. And then Scotty went out the next year and hit 30 down at the McHale Center down in Arizona. Very familiar with Arizona. Saw them the next year in the Final Four. Great program. Good, really, really, really good.
Mike Bibby, Jason Terry. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And back when I was in school, it was Damon Stoudemire, Ed Stokes, those guys. Really, really good basketball program. And right now they got that thing rolling out there. And, if they get through tomorrow, that Arkansas-Arizona game may be one of the best Sweet 16 matchups.
Yeah. And guys, the pressure is going to be on the Wildcats. You get a free shot. Now, you had the pressure the last 2 games. You took care of business, but you get that. That's been lifted as of next Thursday, assuming Arizona advances against Utah State. And Arkansas has been the hunted these last 2 games. They'll be the hunter in the SAP Center next week. And I kind of like that. Now, obviously, if I had the choice, I'd rather play Utah State for a chance to advance to the Elite 8. But I think that could help Arkansas kind of transitioning to that new role that they'll have next week in San Jose.
That they also haven't faced a team like Arizona. That's the other thing, is like pressure's off. You haven't seen a team like this, and maybe you can take advantage of a couple of matchups. But Arizona plays in the best basketball conference, and they're the best team in that conference. That is, and that's the kind of thing, Matt. You were an athlete, competitor. You know this. That's the kind of thing you want a shot at teams like that. Go in there swinging and see what happens.
Yeah, Arizona, you think Florida, you think Alabama when you're talking SEC schools is what they did this year. I like our athletes. The weird stat I saw was Arizona had 0 players in the All-American. You had a first, second, and third team All-American, and Arizona didn't have a single one. So it should tell you that they play as a team. They're going to be a little deeper. I'm glad we get them the first game, because that second game with 1 day's rest, when you brought this up earlier, Zach, it's a war of attrition. We're playing 6 guys right now. That second game, I don't know who it's going to be. If it's Texas, if it's Purdue, who we end up playing. But that might be, you spend everything to beat Arizona, which you got to do that. You got to do what you got to do to win that game. But then how do you come out that next one? Because it's going to be draining, whatever team wins. And even if Arizona wins, that's going to be a tough game for them as well. But it's especially tough when you only have 6 guys in that high-intensity environment in 24 hours rest.
We were talking about the Martin and Acuff battle we saw today, 66 points combined. Burries and Acuff, freshman, is just going to be electric next week.
It's going to be fun, isn't it?
I mean, it is the back-and-forth nature, and Zona's got 4 guys that average in double digits, so they've got some compliments around him. But those two going head-to-head is going to be as fun a matchup to watch. And just like you played these guys in the NCAA tournament before. There's history there. And, Zach, you were just alluding to it. So this will be something that will have a lot of people tuning in next Thursday when these two teams, assuming they win, take on each other.
We have one more segment to go after this. 877-377-6963. Ty needs to get to the bars. Matt and I need to get to bed because it is approaching 1 o'clock Central Standard Time. You are listening to Hog Reaction on ESPN Arkansas.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Our exclusive coverage is brought to you by Foster Roofing. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons.
Great, let's go get the championship.
Walk-Ons is always a win, especially during tournament time. Whether it's a watch party with friends, a post-game celebration, or an easy night out, Walk-Ons has you covered. Enjoy scratch-made dishes, over 60 TVs at each location, and a full lineup of craft beers and cocktails. From po' boys and gumbo to voodoo shrimp, burgers, and fresh salads, there's something for everyone. Catch every game at Walk-Ons, your basketball headquarters this tournament season. Visit locations in Rogers, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Conway, or Little Rock. Order online or in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
Guys, we've all felt it. Mood swings, fatigue, loss of motivation, muscle loss, maybe even the loss of appetite in the kitchen and the bedroom. You may be suffering from low testosterone. Game Day Men's Health in Bentonville, just north of Rainbow Curve at 2905 South Walton Boulevard, has the answer. Get tested free, yes free, and receive your lab results on the spot. We treat low T, weight loss, peptide therapy, and ED. Visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com or call 479-533-0933.
Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorbacks. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know: McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mengarelli are the real deal, two of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eyes. And now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye, and you will be too.
Don't miss the NWA Golf Show, April 11th from 10 to 4 at the Northwest Arkansas Convention Center in Springdale. Catch Fairway Chat live from the stage with PGA coaches and golf insiders sharing their tips and stories from the game. Hang out at the ESPN Arkansas Fan Zone and 19th Hole Lounge and watch the Masters. Connect with friends and meet fellow golfers. Explore the latest gear, demos, and exhibitors from across Northwest Arkansas and test your skills in the putting contest for a chance to win prizes. Tickets are on sale now at nwagolfshow.com. The NWA Golf Show, April 11th at the Northwest Arkansas Convention Center in Springdale.
Save some green this spring at Rath Mitsubishi. We've been hard at work getting ready for warmer weather, and we've put our best roster of new and pre-owned cars on the ground, priced to move. Get rates as low as 0% for 72 months on select new Mitsubishis, or save thousands off retail on road-ready certified pre-owned, all makes and models, backed by a comprehensive warranty. With our non-commissioned sales team, painless pricing playbook, and the nation's top lenders, we've got the deepest bench around ready to take all the hassle out of getting your next ride. Venture off the beaten path at Rath Mitsubishi. Don Tyson and 71B, Springdale.
A friend is someone who knows where you came from. Someone who always shows up when you need them. Someone who's there for the good times and the challenging ones. With comprehensive insurance policies backed by award-winning customer service, Shelter Insurance is committed to being there when you need us most.
Call my friend J.T. Finley at 479-521-4220.
Are you looking for the ultimate hangout in Northwest Arkansas? Head to Birdie and Brews, where fun meets the fairway. Catch the Hogs on our big screen TVs, grab a drink from our self-serve tap wall, and challenge your friends in over 35 sports and games with our full swing simulators. From football to zombie dodgeball, and yes, play the most famous golf courses in the world. Whether you're a scratch golfer or just in it for the laughs, Birdie and Brews is the place to be. Reserve your bay now at birdieandbrews.com, or you can call 479-439-0848. Birdie and Brews. Drive, putt, sip, repeat.
Bad things happen to good people. I'm Ray Schlegel with the Schlegel Law Firm. With over 20 years of legal experience as a trial attorney specializing in personal injury, criminal, and family cases, I've recovered over $100 million in compensation for my injured and disabled clients, handled serious criminal charges, and repeatedly resolved divorce matters to my client's satisfaction. My staff and I are here in your corner to fight for you and see that better days are ahead. If you've had a bad day, call Ray. For a free consultation, reach us online at baddaycallray.com.
Open three from the corner, and it's good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Foster Roofing. ESPN Arkansas and HitThatLine.com are bringing you all the madness this March straight from the source. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Blocked and comes to double. Darius lobs it for Richmond, and Billy throws it down.
No, we're not done yet. We still got more to go.
This is Hog Reaction.
One final segment here on Hog Reaction. Arkansas winner tonight, 94-88, heading to the Sweet 16. Beat up on High Point in Hawaii out in Portland. And Ty Richardson is in Portland. Matt Jones alongside. And fellas, a couple of basic question here. How far can this team go?
You talking about the Razorback? You kind of cut out right there a little bit.
How far can Arkansas go? Can they, if they get past Arizona, assuming Arizona gets there, I mean, the path to the Final Four is pretty clear. But then you're going to run into probably Michigan.
Michigan's really good. Oh my goodness, right? Like Michigan, I think is one of the best teams in the tournament. Houston, I think, is one of the best teams in the tournament. Arizona, I mean, those teams are up. Michigan State. Those are kind of the coin flip games. You beat Arizona, you can beat anybody. That's just how it is. You beat Michigan, you can beat anybody, but I know Arizona's the next in line with us. You'll be playing with confidence. I think you were just talking about that a couple of segments ago. I mean, High Point was playing with. When's the last time High Point got beat? They were playing with a lot of confidence tonight, and if you beat Arizona, you should play with confidence as well.
Yeah, Matt brings up a great point. I believe they had the longest winning streak heading into the NCAA tournament. Arkansas hasn't lost since March began. It's the last loss came against Florida. But, yeah, that you could debate that was the hottest team just based on stats and metrics in college basketball tonight.
You guys concerned about their defense? I am. I think the defense is going to be their Achilles heel when they run into an Arizona or one of the best teams one of the better teams in the country. I think their defense has got to get a whole lot better if they're going to make a deep run.
No question about it. Defense, and then giving up too many second chance opportunities. It seems like, but you can't give up easy buckets. There's just like we have a couple mental lapses here and there, and. To your point, it seems like when we have to, we click it on, though. It's like, we better turn it on, and we get a couple stops. But, yeah, giving up some offensive rebounds and giving other teams second chance points kind of scares me a little bit. But, man, when you got a guy like Acuff and you got a guy like Malik Thomas, and they seem to be playing with just the utmost confidence right now.
Well, Martin said yesterday that he felt like he could take advantage of Darius Acuff's defense, and he was able to a good chunk tonight. I mean, 30 points. A lot of times they were able to drive by Acuff. Thomas started out on Martin a good chunk of that game, and then there were switches. So Darius and Malik are not elite defenders, and there's always room for improvement there. I think to Matt's point, especially with Arizona's size, like High Point and I know Hawaii was a little bigger, but they weren't athletic. High Point, a little more athletic, but didn't have the same size. You're going up against athleticism and size on Thursday, which is why they need Nick Pringle back. And
they've got
just
5 stars, too.
For defensive purposes.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. I mean, they haven't faced an elite-level defensive team in a while. Even through the SEC tournament, it can be argued that they got kind of lucky with some of the matchups that they had there and cruised through that, took care of business, and then getting Hawaii, then getting High Point. These are good matchups for them. Now you get to see a team like Arizona or even Utah State to a certain degree, but Arizona is a different animal, and that will be really interesting to watch Acuff take on that sort of talent.
I know Missouri had size when you went into Columbia and won that game, but you alluded to something that's important. The SEC tournament, when you play Oklahoma, Ole Miss, which you didn't have to play Alabama. You avoided Florida in the SEC championship, and Vanderbilt's a pretty good squad. I know they lost today on a heartbreaker to Nebraska, but there is such a jump in competition come next Thursday that you haven't seen since February 28th when you got your bell run in Gainesville. Yeah. So it's not going to be the same. I wouldn't think they're going to get blown out like that, but that's going to be a pro Arizona crowd next week. And how they handled it today admirably with the pro High Point crowd. They're going to have to do not only handled just the pressure from the stands, but also the pressure that's going to be picking them up 94 feet and dealing with them on the offensive glass.
Well, guys, as always, it has been a blast. It is 1 o'clock in the morning. Ty, I'm giving you enough time to get your Uber and get to the airport for your 5 a.m. flight, get a couple hours of sleep, and let's do this again very, very soon.
Let's do it.
Absolutely. Arkansas winner tonight, 94-88 for Ty and Matt. This has been Hog Reaction on ESPN Arkansas.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Our exclusive coverage is brought to you by Foster Roofing. Our coverage is also provided by